Support for today's show comes from CareerFitter. CareerFitter will help you evaluate other career possibilities for yourself. Order the premium version using the link below. Take 10 minutes, answer 60 questions, I believe it is, and they'll give you some ideas that will get you thinking. And that's really what you want to be doing, having outside input help you think about ideas. So again, use the link in the show notes, order the premium version. OBS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 2142. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. I'm just going to say this so I get it out of the way. No show on Monday. It's going to be Memorial Day weekend in the United States. The actual holiday is Monday. I'm going to take a day off and not kick out another show to you. We'll be back on Tuesday as normal, and I'll remind you again tomorrow because that's just my nature. Today's show is one where I answer one of those tough interview questions that proves like a stumbling block for so many people. And this also gives me a chance to remind you, while you're relaxing this weekend, order a copy of The Right Answers to Tough Interview Questions on Amazon. It's available for Kindle. It's available as a paperback. It will help you a lot on your interviews, especially if you couple it with the Ultimate Job Interview Framework. They both work together beautifully. One teaches you an outline for interviewing that's very effective, and as you can tell, the other one's about the right answers to tough interview questions. And we'll be back in just one moment. As you know, I'm a big believer in professional branding. And Anchor makes podcasts as a branding tool very, very easy. It's free! And here what you can do is you can record something offline and upload it. You can record something on your phone and deliver it to them. They handle it from there. You can even make money with advertising on your show. Let me also say that they make distribution to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, like 9 or 10 different services. Very, very easy. So if you're interested in exploring podcasting or you have an existing podcast of your own, move it over to Anchor, start a podcast here. You won't regret it. This is one of those fun questions that's asked on second interviews. Not often on first, but generally on a second interview. And the question is, what role do you normally take on a team? What are they trying to find out? I remember when I was still doing recruiting and I had someone ask this question and they blew it. They blew it because they didn't take it into account what it was that the firm was looking for in the new role. They were trying to find someone as a lieutenant to a leader on a team. So they spoke gung-ho about being the lead person all the time. And they were looking for someone who was used to being, in effect, an aide-de-camp, someone who would be the second to a more senior. The reverse can also be true. You can reveal that you have more experience or are more comfortable in roles where you're the number two rather than the number one. Remember, the idea is to put together an answer that makes sense for you and makes sense for the role. And you've already been on the first interview. You know what they're looking for. So when they're asking this question, it doesn't make sense to talk about the opposite. I know what happens. You get caught up in the emotions. You want to be I don't want to say boastful. It's unfair to say that. But you want to paint yourself extremely well, and you overshoot or undershoot. Overshoot more likely, because that feeling gets compulsive at this kind of a time. So remember, contextualize your answer in the context of what they're looking for. Now, if you're a number two and you're looking at a role that is requiring someone to lead, you have to address that in the course of answering the question. Generally, I've been in number two roles, or I've been aiding someone who's been the lead individual. Now, I want to be clear. Many times they turned over large sections of a project to me, and I handled them extremely well. But you asked the question, Where have I generally been? I've been in a number 2 seat, working very closely with a number 1 who's felt it very comfortable delegating a lot of the work to me that ostensibly was theirs. Why am I looking for another position? I want to have that top seat all the time. I want to aid someone else grow like this person helped me. See where I'm going with that one? I'm looking to address that. If you're a number 1 looking at a number 2 seat, you have to address that one as well. Generally, I've been in the lead seat for an organization. I've been the one who's been running, controlling, directing, whatever it is. And I understand that this is a number 2 role. Obviously, the number 1 has to feel comfortable with me. And I want to be clear, I'm very comfortable being a number 2, taking second seat to someone else who I can support. At this stage of my career, it is not important to me to be the lead individual. And I'm not out there looking for lead roles. I'm looking for second seat roles, lieutenant roles, however you want to describe it, where I want to learn from someone who's been in bigger situations than I. And that's generally where this shows up. This is a bigger organization looking for a lieutenant to a lead individual, and you've been in a smaller place. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few things I can do to help you with your job search beyond simply being your coach. First of all, I've got a new book out called The Right Answers to Tough Interview Questions. It is like a cookbook with answers to tons of interview questions that you're going to be asked on interviews. And if you pair it up with my other new book, The Ultimate Job Interview Framework, they are a terrific pair of books to help you with interviewing. In addition, I have a new service where you can practice mock interviews. If you go to thebiggameHunter.us/mock, I've got a service there, very inexpensive, like $99, where we have mock interviews set up. I'm going to be adding more to it very soon, but you can record your answers to them, and then I can critique them and help you perform better on them. You probably have noticed my show notes are pretty thorough with products and services that can help you with your search. And connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/thebiggamehunter. Lastly, my website has a ton of great information. That's thebiggamehunter.us. Now, if you're not ready to go there and go through the blog, put the address in your phone, thebiggamehunter.us, Jeff Altman. So this way, when you're ready to go, you have a way of getting back to my website. Hope you have a terrific day, and most importantly, be great!